Hi, I'm Stacy. Welcome to the kitchen of my old Kentucky home. Today on Bourbon and Biscuits, we're going to be taking advantage of the bounty of summer. Let's get started. We're going to make some old-fashioned sauteed summer squash. Here's what we'll need. 1.5 pounds of squash, a half a white onion, 1 tablespoon of butter, a half teaspoon each of salt, pepper, and sugar. For our summer squash, we're going to take our squash and onion and dice them. Then we're going to add them to a pot and cover with water. We're going to bring that to a boil and let them cook till tender. We're going to strain that and add those to a dry cast iron skillet. Then we're going to top that with our seasonings. We're going to cook down the water in the skillet and then add our butter. Then we're going to cook that down. And after a few minutes, we'll have sauteed squash. I'm going to plate up our squash and we're going to go to Jessica, who has a couple other end of summer ingredients that she's going to fashion into a bourbon cocktail.
All right, so today I'm going to make a blueberry basil Manhattan. We're going to use Sweet Vermouth, bourbon, orange bitters, and a basil blueberry compote that I made. For this, I did 2 cups of fresh blueberries, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of water, a couple tablespoons of lemon juice, and just simmered it on the stovetop for about 15 minutes until it the berries broke down and thickened up. And then when it was still hot, I added in just a couple handfuls of fresh Thai basil. That's what I had at my house. You could use regular basil also. And then pulled those out right before I put it in the jar. So for this, I've strained out just some of the juice from the compote. We're gonna do 1 ounce of this blueberry basil juice. Gonna do half of an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice. That was perfect. And then we're gonna do like 3 or 4 dashes of orange bitters. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth. And then I'm gonna do 1.5 ounces of bourbon. I've already got ice in my cocktail shaker also. And then I'm gonna put in a couple of these fresh basil leaves too to shake it with it, just to give it a little bit more of that fresh basil flavor. All right. Now I'm just going to strain this into a coupe glass. We're gonna serve it up. And then I'm just gonna garnish it with another sprig of the fresh basil. And I've kind of cut it so it's got a little bit of a sharpened end, so I'm gonna stick some blueberries right on here, just for a little decoration. All right, and there you have it. It is our blueberry basil Manhattan. So I feel like we're definitely at that point of summer where you're trying to use up the abundance of squash and leftover tomatoes that are coming in, basil for me, and I'm excited about that, but I'm also, it's like my palate's kind of ready to be over the spritzes and the high summertime thing, so I wanted to go with something a little punchier, a little more, alcohol forward.
And
for
you
this.
Didn't want to make a pumpkin spice latte.
Not yet. Okay. Maybe later.
Well, I'm gonna try it. That's really good.
Thank you.
And can I just say that that is the cutest garnish that you have done in all of Bourbon and Biscuits
It was
history.
just for you.
I love it.
Trying to up my garnish game.
Yes. So, squash.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot you can say about it, right? But this is one of those things that just, when you're growing it, it just keeps on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And you take it into work and you give it to as many families as you can. I was tired of fried squash, which I normally love, and this is just an old country recipe, cast iron skillet.
Yeah, the addition of the sugar does make it really have
Maybe
that
not the most
old
healthy,
country
but it's
feel.
just a little. Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
yes. So here's to the closing out of summer into fall.
Yeah, we'll see you here next time on Bourbon
And Biscuits.
Cheers.
Cheers.